Alright, so I'm helping Mariya out with this picture. She had sent me a raw and wanted to be told like how to go through and do just a basic edit in Lightroom. So here we go. First of all three of the pictures you sent me seem a little bit on the dark side, so you do want to brighten that up a little. So we just go over here to the exposure and brighten it up. And it looks like the white balance is off, and a lot of that has to do with all of this green around. That's going to give some weird coloring. So when you set your white balance, you want to go up to here, like up to the top, and you're going to see the little dropper. Click on that dropper, and then you get a custom select your white balance. And since there's actually white, let's try setting the white balance with the white. Because what that does, that does not look good. It'll kind of auto set it a little bit, and then you can if it looks like the color is still off, you can go over here to the temperature, and that was too yellow, I think, and there we go. That helps a little bit more. Okay, see, that's too cold. And see, if you go like that, it's too cold. If you go like that, that's way too warm. So then you can play around and look at your lighting, but with the auto or with the white balance set the way it was a little bit much. But that helps with the colors. Now, I think what I'm going to go down here to your shadows. And see if you play with the shadows, darken. And that's your highlights. Feel free to play around with your sliders. I'm gonna brighten it up just a little bit more. And see, this is what contrast does. It takes away the blacks and adds in the blacks. But you don't want to add too many contrasts, because then the skin colors start to turn weird colors and stuff. And if you want just like a general idea of where you want to start, you can always go to auto. Normally, for me, I've noticed the auto is too dark. At least for when I do it. And that only messes with these sliders down here. It doesn't mess with the white balance. So let's try that. You don't want to blow out the whites too much. I'm showing you what each of these do. Darken the blacks. So it depends on what kind of a look you're wanting to. This is really a cute picture. Now, I don't know if you know. So now if you want to copy mine, well, since you have Lightroom 5, it might be a little bit different, but I have exposure at plus 2.02, contrast at plus 2.9. The highlights are right at 0, shadows are at negative 43, whites are at plus 14, blacks are plus 21. And it may be a little bit different in Lightroom 5 as far as how it ends up looking a little bit more. Now, what you can do is go up to this adjustment brush. I don't know if you've ever used that. Click on that. And now see this brush? If you use the brackets below the plus and minus, you can change the size of what you want to use your brush. The left bracket is smaller. The right bracket is larger. So it depends on what size, but we're just going to work on sharpening his face a little bit. So that's probably a good size. Now, what we're going to do over here is make sure everything's at 0. Let's try it at 100 and see how that looks. We're just going to sharpen his face. Now, since it's Lightroom, there's not as much you can do as far as some stuff. Like if you had Photoshop, I would suggest trying to clone that out. I don't know if that would be too difficult to do. What? I don't know if you know the clone tool. That is a spot removal, and then you want to use the clone. Let's up the opacity. See, I don't like how that looks. It's easier to do in Photoshop than it is to do in Lightroom. So, I'm gonna go and do that. And now with Lightroom, you could use presets if you wanted to. I think I have a few, but I'm not a big fan of them in Lightroom. But maybe that's just me being a baby. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Well, it's close enough. So that's what you could do with that one. Like I said, you could use presets if you wanted to. I just never use them. Let me see if I have anything that would even look good with this. Ew, I don't like that. Let's see what presets they're. Okay, let's try. Now I think he feels a little bit warm. I mean, a little bit cool. No. What is it? Let me try something real quick. You can go down here to the HL, SL, and you can play with those too. So maybe bring down the green saturation just a little bit. And see, that removes some of that. Obviously you don't want to do a whole bunch, but and then you might finally want to go up here to this box right here. And straighten it. I don't know if that's too straight, but that works. So I guess that's about all you can do with that. If you have presets, you could do presets first, but you always want to do your white balance first, and then sharpening and all your other stuff. So I hope that works, or that helps.